All right, we're at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Still. Came out to talk to him about siding and windows today, and just finished things up here. They're going to do a quick video just so we kind of have a good understanding and of what's going on and what they're looking for us to do. So obviously we'll be looking at a full siding replacement. James Hardie Cedar Mill Select 8 1/4 horizontal siding, obviously. And as you can see, they have there's actually a true home. It's not a mobile or modular, but the basically skirting is about 2 feet all the way around. No framing back there. Basically it's just a sheet metal that they've bent and kind of framed into that. So we would be doing construction of the skirting all the way down, doing some framing, and then, you know, our OSB, and creating a skirt all the way down around the house where the aluminum is currently. So we'd be getting rid of that and creating a nice wall, nice flush wall that would go all the way down to the ground line. As we talked about, all exterior exposed material would be Hardie plank. So we do Hardie plank 1 by 4 around the windows and doors. We would do a full fascia replacement with a 3/4 inch fascia, and then we would be doing a 1 by 2 Hardie drip edge instead of the metal drip that they have now. And there's plenty of shingle overlap to do that, look a little bit cleaner than that big old T-flashing that's up there now. So that's what we'll be doing with most of the windows. We're taking a lot of these doubles, these twins, and we're condensing them into a single gliding unit. So net we went from, I think, 22 or 20 something windows to about 13 is what we're talking about there. There's some porch work here. The porch work would be done prior to us, the demo work would be done prior to us arriving, and then we would be able to have clear access to do the skirting behind, and then the same thing on the rear porch, which we'll look at in just 1 second. Soffit, the only areas of soffit we would replace are on the back of the home. It's in pretty rough condition on the soffit back there. It needs to be addressed. So everywhere else, and we have good start points. So you can see right here with that rafter tail sticking out, that's a clear stop point. And then on the gables, all we have is the decking. So decking, we just power wash it down, call conceal, and then repaint any soffit that we're not replacing, including porch ceiling, which would also include the front, as you see here. So that's kind of what we would be looking at in terms of fascia overlay, or excuse me, fascia replacement all the way around. Soffit replacement on the entire back of the home, including some small porch ceiling. And then up front here would just be basically doing a kind of a caulk seal and paint on the existing soffit on the front. Any conduit or anything electrical, we'll pull that off, side behind it, and reattach. There are some wires, dead wires, you know, RG6 coax stuff that's coming off, and the only wire that we need to keep is basically this dark black wire that's running into the dish currently. Everything else can be pulled off and thrown away. So as we make our way around here, so you can see here this porch, it goes, you know, it would definitely be tough to get back to do that skirting, so that'll be gone. Door will be retrimmed in Hardie 1 by 4 just like the windows. And again, all these twin windows here, these would be condensed into a single gliding unit. This is the wire that needs to stay right here. So that stays. All this other RG6 stuff, that can go away. We can tear that off. Same thing with the soffit on the gables. That would all be, it's actually pseudo soffit. It's really just the roof decking. Nothing we're going to be able to do about all those nails coming through. You know, it's just painting it, sealing it, and you know, making it look much better than it does now. Over here again, that wire needs to stay on that dark black double coax. Everything else can kind of can be taken off. Here you can see some of the skirting that's fallen away. And 2 access doors. So Mr. Still asked that we have 2 access doors, one on this side and one on the far side, so we have access underneath the crawl space. On the soffit back here, this is going to be our stop point, right up under kind of that mini rake wall right here. Right up under there will be the stop point for the soffit. This gable that extends down to the front will not be addressed. It's just basically this soffit that runs right up under there. This double window here would be turned into a single double hung. Single double hung. And then as we go back in here, now this window we're doing a little bit of same thing back here. You can see how bad the soffit's falling apart under there. So obviously that's something we need to take care of for. This window is the only window that's going to be staying. These two windows here we're going to take out. We're going to frame the wall, and then we're doing just exterior finish out. So interior sheetrock, anything inside. After this project is done, Mr. Still's going to do a bunch of work interior, but we have no interior responsibility or expectation. With these two windows right here, from this window over, we're just sheathing the wall and covering it with Hardie. This window, however, it's a 48 by 71 now. We're going to drop it down to about this grill line right there to make it a 59-inch tall window. And we will replace just this one window. This will all be Hardie. Door stays. This window is the same thing up top. We're going to turn it from a 71 down into a 59. This deck will be gone, so we'll have, again, clear access for any skirting that we need to do in framing. That porch ceiling, just to keep continuous with everything back here, that'll be Hardie porch or soffit, however you want to look at it as well. And again, the same thing, doing a fascia replacement and a drip edge installation. And you can see the soffit here running up there. So that's clearly on the back here. We definitely need to address the soffit for them. This window, again, another double. We're going to take that out and make it a single double hung. And again, you can see the skirting. There is some termite issues here that they've already had treated, but you can see there's probably a good 15 feet of base plate there that we're going to need to replace as part of this project before we actually flush the wall all the way down and put on the Hardie plank. So there will be some framing repair work that we'll have to do before we proceed with the Hardie. And then pretty much just coming over here, this is our last wall. Full tear off again, 7/16 inch OSB, Tyvek, all the flashing, seam tape, all those weather barriers before we put on the trim, and then the siding. So that's pretty much what we got. I mean, a big opportunity for you know, some dramatic change here, just in terms of the way the house looks, and certainly the amount of maintenance and upkeep and work that it's going to take to keep this keep this looking right after the project's done. It's gonna be a beautiful maintenance-free effect. So that's what we have, Mr. and Mrs. Still. Really enjoyed meeting with you today. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we really look forward to working for you. Thank you so much.